Welcome to Markets Idiot. Cloud and AI is booming for Microsoft. Let's take a deep dive into the latest earnings call. Keep in mind, we use the power of AI to create this video. More details on the screen right now and in the description.
It's incredible, isn't it? This constant, torrent of technological progress. Every day feels like some new breakthrough. And while it's exciting, honestly, staying on top of it all, it can feel like a full-time job.
It really can, and that's precisely why we're diving in today.
Yeah, we're focusing our attention on just one incredibly rich source of information, Microsoft's fiscal year 2025 third quarter earnings conference call.
That's the one, from Wednesday, April 30th, 2025.
So think of this as your streamlined guide. We want to help you understand the inner workings of, one of tech's giants.
We're going to extract the key insights, their performance, the strategies, their future vision.
Especially in cloud and AI, right? Those seem pivotal.
Absolutely pivotal. Our goal here is to pull out the most significant, the most fascinating nuggets from this call.
Giving you a clear, concise understanding of where Microsoft stands now and where they're headed.
Exactly, without getting totally bogged down in super technical jargon or just mountains of raw data.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The big story, right off the bat. Microsoft had a record-setting quarter.
A record setter, yeah. And the engine driving that. Still Microsoft Cloud.
Still the cloud? How much are we talking?
Well, their cloud revenue didn't just grow. It surpassed $42 billion.
$42 billion. Wow.
Yeah, up 22% in constant currency. It's massive. Shows their market dominance, but also just that accelerating shift to the cloud.
Especially with AI demanding so much, I imagine.
Precisely. And it wasn't just general cloud adoption that stood out.
No.
They specifically highlighted AI revenue, said it exceeded even their own, ambitious expectations.
Okay, that feels like a really strong signal about where things are moving.
It is. And we also saw commercial bookings surge, up 18%.
18%.
Or 17% in constant currency. That was significantly ahead of what they'd forecast.
What drove that particularly?
Well, a key contributor they mentioned was a major Azure commitment from OpenAI.
Ah, okay. Cementing that partnership even further.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Their commercial remaining performance obligation.
The RPO, yeah. That's like their backlog of future revenue.
Exactly. Think of it as guaranteed future income, basically. It reached a staggering $315 billion.
Whoa. $315 billion.
Up 34% or 33% in constant currency. It just gives you a real sense of the sheer scale.
And the future security of their business. Yeah.
And what's fascinating is how they're expanding infrastructure to keep pace with this enormous demand.
They mentioned data centers.
Oh, yeah. They launched new data centers in 10 countries.
10.
Across 4 continents. Just in this past quarter, that kind of global build-out is, it's significant.
And it's not just about having more physical servers, is it? The AI models themselves?
They're improving incredibly fast, doubling in performance every 6 months, apparently. They call it compounding scaling laws.
Basically.
They're getting exponentially better at this whole AI game.
That speed has huge implications, doesn't it, for capabilities, cost?
Absolutely. It potentially unlocks new use cases much faster than we might expect.
And they're also focused on efficiency, I gather, not just raw power.
Intensely focused.
Yeah.
At every level. Data center design, hardware, software, model optimization, the whole stack.
And are they seeing results from that focus?
Quite remarkable results, actually.
Like what?
Well, for instance, they've managed to slash the time it takes to get new GPUs online.
The AI workhorses.
Exactly. Cut that dock to lead time by nearly 20%. That's crucial for keeping the pipeline flowing.
Okay. That's a big deal. Anything else?
Yeah, it gets even better. Almost a 30% increase in AI performance per watt.
Per watt. So more efficient power usage.
Right, across their whole computing fleet. And they've more than halved the cost per token.
Halve the cost per token. Those are like the building blocks for language AI. Yeah.
That's right. So understanding and generating text gets significantly cheaper for them. Huge impact on scalability, affordability.
These efficiency gains seem absolutely vital if this growth is going to be sustainable.
Totally agree.
So, okay, they're building this incredible, efficient infrastructure. Are businesses actually jumping on board? Are we seeing that migration accelerate?
We are. They specifically highlighted accelerating demand for cloud migrations.
Any big names mentioned?
Yeah, Abercrombie & Fitch, Coca-Cola, ServiceNow, all significantly expanding their Azure deployments. Seems more companies are seeing the light.
And it's not just like general computing tasks they're moving, is it? What about the really critical stuff?
Still the preferred platform for mission-critical workloads, things like VMware, SAP, Oracle.
Right, that speaks volumes about the trust factor.
It really does.
Yeah.
And they're not, resting on their laurels. They're pushing into cutting-edge stuff, too.
Like quantum.
Like quantum, yeah. They announced Majorana 1, definitely one to watch for future disruption.
Now, you mentioned the huge demand for AI. We hear a lot about potential shortages, capacity constraints. Are they actually keeping up?
That's a critical point. They did address it.
Yeah.
Very strong demand for AI capacity. And they indicated they do anticipate some AI capacity constraints continuing beyond June 2025.
Okay, so even with all this building, the demand is just that intense.
It really underscores the appetite out there. It's likely, a mix of sheer volume and the lead times for specialized gear, like those advanced GPUs.
So their whole data center strategy, build versus lease, where to put them, that's constantly shifting then.
It has to be. It's adapting to workload growth where the demand is geographically. It's dynamic.
And when they say they're short power, it's often more about available data center space in the right place.
Exactly. Less about a literal grid power shortage, more about having the right kind of space ready where customers need it right now. It's a complex balancing act.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk data and analytics. It sounds like AI is getting deeply woven into how companies handle their data.
It absolutely is. We've talked infrastructure, the power. Now let's talk about the fuel, the data itself.
Right. How are they integrating AI with the data stack?
Deeply and increasingly seamlessly, they emphasize that integration. We're seeing faster adoption of things like PostgreSQL.
Used by many big companies.
Nearly 60% of the Fortune 500, they said. BMW, BNY Mellon were examples.
And it's not just traditional databases growing. What about NoSQL?
Right, their globally distributed NoSQL service, Cosmos DB, also seeing rapid revenue growth.
Who's using that?
Big users like CarMax, DocuSign, NTT Data, and notably OpenAI uses it for their global apps.
Okay. And overall analytics consumption.
Accelerating. And their unified platform, Microsoft Fabric, has really taken off.
Fabric, right. How many customers there?
Over 21,000 paid customers now. That's up 80% year over year. It's designed as this end-to-end solution for data workloads.
And what's growing fastest within Fabric?
Real-time intelligence capabilities. That really suggests businesses want those immediate, actionable insights from their data streams.
Makes sense. Are customers using multiple parts of Fabric or just picking one tool?
Over half are using 3 or more workloads within the platform. So it shows it's being used as that comprehensive, integrated solution.
Interesting. And their data lake, one lake.
Incredible traction there, too. The amount of data stored in one lake has grown more than 6 times in just the past year.
6 times. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the data side. Let's turn to the AI platforms and tools themselves. They mentioned something called Foundry. What's that?
Think of Foundry as like the central engine room for building and deploying AI apps and agents in the Microsoft cloud.
An agent and AI app factory, they called it.
Exactly. And it's being adopted widely. Over 70,000 enterprises are using it.
70,000, that's huge.
Yeah.
Any examples?
They mentioned Atomic Work, Epic in healthcare, LG Electronics. Shows the wide range of industries tapping into it.
And the processing volume on Foundry must be immense.
Staggering. Over 100 trillion tokens processed just last quarter.
100 trillion?
Yeah, and that's up 5x year over year. They hit 50 trillion in the last month alone.
Incredible scale. And they have a new agent service, too.
Yes, launched just 4 months before the call. Already being used by over 10,000 organizations to build their own custom AI agents.
And are they making it easier to tweak these big AI models? Fine-tuning.
Definitely. They've released a new suite of fine-tuning tools they claim offer industry-leading reliability.
And more model choices.
Lots more. The latest from OpenAI, of course, but also models from Cohere, DeepSeek, Meta, Mistral, Stability AI, all available in Foundry.
What about Microsoft's own models? The smaller ones, Phi.
Yep, the Phi family of small language models, SLMs, has gained traction. 38 million downloads total.
And they're still researching new types.
Oh yeah, they mentioned BitNet B1.58, a billion parameter LLM designed to run on standard CPUs.
On CTUs. That could make advanced AI much more accessible.
Potentially, yes. Definitely an interesting development.
Okay, let's shift again. Let's talk developer tools. GitHub Copilot seems to be everywhere. How's it evolving?
It really is evolving. They're talking about it moving from just an AI pair programmer to more of a peer programmer.
What does that mean in practice?
Well, with the new agent mode in VS Code, Copilot can actually participate more actively. It can iterate on code, spot errors, even automatically suggest and make fixes.
Wow, that's a significant step, like an AI co-developer.
Pretty much. And they have other specialized agents too. Autofix for security vulnerabilities,
Right.
and the code review agent. Apparently, it's reviewed over 8 million pull requests already.
8 million. Streamlining code review.
Massively. And they're even previewing a software engineering agent for more complex asynchronous tasks.
And developers are adopting Copilot rapidly.
Phenomenally fast. Over 15 million active users now.
15 million.
Up over 4x year over year. Startups like Twilio, big enterprises like Cisco, Target, they're all using it across the development lifecycle.
And the core tools, Visual Studio and VS Code, still popular.
Hugely popular. Over 50 million monthly active users combined. Still the world's most used code editors.
And the Power Platform, low code.
Also thriving. 56 million monthly active users, up 27% year over year.
Yeah.
And more of them are using the built-in AI features.
Okay, let's move into the future of work. Microsoft 365 Copilot. How's that being adopted? What's new?
Right, M365 Copilot, designed for that human agent collaboration within the Office suite.
Seeing strong adoption?
Strong and accelerating, they said. Hundreds of thousands of customers using it now. That's up 3x year over year.
And deal sizes are growing.
Growing deal sizes.
Yeah.
And a record number of returning customers expanding their use. That's a good sign for them.
Are they integrating it more deeply into workflows?
Yeah, a major update just announced. Brings together agents, notebooks, search, creation tools, more unified.
And new types of agents?
Introducing what they call deep reasoning agents, like researcher for analyzing lots of info and analyst for pulling insights from data, all within Copilot.
And agents tailored for specific jobs.
That's right. A sales agent for lead qualification, a customer service agent for handling inquiries, making it more role-specific.
What about customization? Can companies build their own Copilot stuff?
That's where Copilot Studio comes in. Lets customers extend Copilot, build custom agents, often with low-code code.
Is that being used much?
Remarkably so. Over 230,000 organizations, including 90% of the Fortune 500, have used it.
Wow.
And get this, over 1 million custom agents were created across SharePoint and Copilot Studio just this quarter.
1 million, that's a lot of custom AI. Up 130% quarter over quarter.
Huge jump. Shows real engagement.
What about their traditional business apps, Dynamics 365?
Still gaining market share. They mentioned Avaya and Verizon switching from legacy systems. Verizon's using it to boost sales team efficiency.
And they're seeing success with AI in specific industries too, healthcare.
Yeah, Dragon Copilot in healthcare.
Yeah.
Off to a fast start. Documented nearly 9.5 million physician-patient encounters last quarter alone.
9.5 million, that's efficiency.
Big time. And they're introducing agents for manufacturing factory operations, safety agents, and for personalized retail too.
Okay, let's switch to Windows and security. What's happening there?
Windows focuses really on the new Copilot Plus PCs, engineered for better speed, much better battery life.
And more AI apps from partners.
Seeing a growing ecosystem there, yeah. Adobe, Canva, Zoom developing AI apps.
And these PCs get exclusive AI features.
Right. Things like Recall, Click to Do, enhanced Windows search, tied to the new hardware.
And with Windows 10 end of support coming.
Seeing increased commercial traction for Windows 11. Commercial deployments up nearly 75% year over year.
Okay. Security is always huge. What's the progress there?
Remains a top priority, obviously. They're applying learnings from their Secure Future initiative.
New tools.
Introduce Security Copilot agents, designed to autonomously handle routine security and IT tasks using their threat intelligence.
And enhancing existing products.
Yeah, new capabilities in Defender, Entra, Purview, specifically to help secure AI deployments, which adds complexity.
How many security customers do they have now?
1.4 million. And over 900,000 of those are using 4 or more of their security workloads. That's up 21% year over year.
Entra Identity must be massive too.
Over 900 million monthly active users for Entra Identity services. Huge scale.
Okay, let's touch on the consumer side. LinkedIn, advertising, gaming. How are those doing?
LinkedIn just crossed 1 billion professionals on the platform.
1 billion, wow.
Yeah, double-digit membership growth year over year. Seeing more engagement too, video watching, comment.
AI playing a role there.
Increasingly. Helping with skills, job searching. And their premium pages for SMBs are growing strong. LinkedIn marketing solutions still key for B2B ads.
What about their broader advertising business, search?
AI is really transforming search and content discovery there. Copilot Search in Bing, giving AI overviews.
More conversational search.
Exactly. Copilot Vision in Edge gives info based on what you're looking at. Copilot Discover personalizes the MSN feed.
And a standalone Copilot app.
Updated, focused on daily engagement across different tasks. They're gaining share in Bing and Edge.
And overall ad revenue.
Total advertising revenue surpassed $20 billion over the last 12 months.
20 billion. Okay. Gaming. What's the strategy?
Focus is shifting more towards margin expansion, while still reaching that huge audience, over 500 million monthly active users across devices.
How are they performing against competitors?
They were the top publisher by pre-order spree installs on both Xbox and PlayStation stores.
Interesting. PC Game Pass.
Revenue up over 45% year over year. That's strong growth.
Cloud gaming.
Set a new record for hours played, over 150 million hours.
And AI in gaming, too.
Yep. New Copilot for gaming on Xbox and their Muse model for potentially generating real-time gameplay stuff.
And Minecraft. Still going strong.
The Minecraft movie release was successful. Apparently boosted game engagement across the franchise.
All right, finally, let's look ahead. What's their outlook? Q4, FY25, and beyond.
Demand signals look consistent across commercial, LinkedIn, gaming, search. Pretty steady.
Any expected adjustments?
Expect elevated Windows OEM inventory from Q3 to come down in Q4. FX expected to slightly boost revenue growth, maybe 1 point.
Bookings, margins.
Solid growth expected in commercial bookings. Microsoft Cloud gross margin percentage expected around 67%.
What about spending? Capital expenditures.
Expected to increase sequentially in Q4. But for the full fiscal year 2026, they expect CapEx growth to slow down compared to FY25.
And a different mix of assets.
Yeah, a greater mix of short-lived assets. But the overall message is continued investment to meet that strong demand, leading cloud and AI.
Okay, so to kind of wrap this all up,
Yeah,
it's really clear Microsoft is in a period of significant strong growth.
definitely. Cloud and AI are just firing on all cylinders.
And the pace of innovation across everything, infrastructure, platforms, end user apps, it's pretty remarkable.
It really is. And despite acknowledging those potential AI capacity constraints, because demand is just so high,
Their overall outlook is still decidedly optimistic.
absolutely. The level and just the sheer breadth of AI integration across their entire ecosystem,
Yeah.
it's striking. You get these aha moments looking at the details.
From data center optimization.
To empowering developers with AI coding tools, to reshaping work with intelligent agents. AI is just central.
So for you, listening in, this deep dive really gives you a crucial snapshot, doesn't it? The scope, the depth of what Microsoft is doing.
Yeah, it highlights the major tech and business trends shaping things right now. Underscores why understanding these developments is so important.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you to mull over.
What are the broader long-term implications of this incredibly rapid, pervasive integration of AI for businesses, for us as individuals?
And how will that ongoing tension, the need for massive infrastructure versus the constant push for more efficiency, how will that ultimately reshape the tech landscape in the years ahead?
It's a truly fascinating, and you could argue pivotal moment to be watching all this unfold.